Alright, so we're gonna fire Danny up again. And we're gonna see if it's a rod bearing or he might have a timing belt on this vehicle. I have to look it up, find out. But I'm gonna grab the stethoscope here and start it up and really listen on the oil pan to see if it is truly a rod bearing or a timing belt. Alright, so I cannot find the stethoscope. Stethoscope, is that how you say it? Oh, what do you know? It's in here. Alright, I mean, missing a piece on the front, snap there. We'll see what we can hear with this. Start it up and then bring it up. Oh, hello. Heard that? I think it's got a little lugga. But it's not like, I'm telling them to use it. Ride the bad boy. Sounds good. That's it. Like right now, it sounds great. He ordered the oil pan gasket, the brakes, everything's coming. Shocks are coming. Probably because it's cold and the oil's thicker right now. That's why I told him to just put 50 weight in the sucker and drive it. Motor blows, then you worry about changing the motor. But the bad boy runs. That's what I know. The bad boy runs. I'm smelling the shop up right now. Chloe's getting better. $1,200 later, Lou Punkabruska is getting better. She's in the garage of the house. We gave her own bedroom. Like yesterday, she came out of the garage and was walking around. So we're giving her a shot. See what happens. Yeah. That's good though. It's not bad. All right, let me put my ear on this. Yeah, so it's probably because it's cold. It's not making a noise right now. Danny just might be getting lucky here. We'll let it warm up a little. Let it warm up a little. See if the noise comes back. I really don't hear it now. Not as it was before. Let me bring it back down and rev it a little. Maybe you can hear it. See, the more it warms up, the louder the engine gets. See, it's got that 520. I will put 1040 in here. Let it get up to room temperature, operating temperature, and we'll rev it again. She's a leaker. Yeah, she's a leaker. It wasn't there. Now it is. Well, that's why he's getting oil pan gasket, valve cover gaskets. We'll start there. And while I have it apart, I'll take a look at everything. But yeah. Take all that off. All this gotta come out. The intake manifold's gotta come out. All this good stuff's gotta come out. Menga Mulano, che se dice scompano, you know what I mean? Alright, so we'll be back when we're tearing this down. See, you can hear the... Can you hear it? Let me see if I can rev it from here. Oh, it's an automatic throttle. But I can hear it. See it's going. See if you can hear it. If I give it gas, it'll go higher. That could very well be a timing belt. If this doesn't have it, if this has a chain, you should be able to see in here. Let's see if this go by stuff. Oh, he's got a chain. See the chain? The chain spinning. So he's good on that. Let me see if I rev it. Because I'm starting to hear it now. You see, like when a car gets warm, oil gets thinner. So it'll start making the noises that you want to hear. It ain't that bad though. You want to change the rod bearings. I don't think he needs to change it. He could drive this bad boy. We're not up to full operating temperature. Tell him to use the bad boy like this. Drive on the highway, go do what you gotta do. I don't think if it gets worse, then we'll worry about it. Right now, the way it is, I don't think it's anything to worry about. It's a clean car, especially the way he keeps cars, you know. The inside, look at the inside, it's immaculate. He cleans the cars like, forget about it. I told him, I said, if I had this car, I'd park it in the back here, just to sit in it. How clean it is. Act like I'm driving. The thing is so clean. See how all the noises start coming when it gets warm. You hear it? This is another belt that's in the back of the engine. I don't believe they stayed with that design. You believe that? Somebody changed the belt because it got all the lettering on it, which was smart. My 3.0 had a 3.0. Oh, is this a 3.0 or 2.5? Because mine was 3.0. The thing was so powerful. Yeah, it looks like they changed the struts maybe on this. All the bolts is new and everything. And the struts are kind of shiny in here. See? So I think they did the front struts, they just didn't do the back shocks. They cheaped out. They did the expensive part, but they didn't do the cheap part. Yeah, alright, so yeah. We'll be back when I tear it down. Alright, back on Danny's here. So taking the front brakes off, you got these caps that are in here. What I do is I just put a screwdriver in here between the rotor and the thing, and I push the fluid back. Yeah, he's got a leak. It's the oil pan or the valve covers. So when I get this, pretty much, we get the oil pan off today, and the front and rear brakes. He decided to just do everything. Told you, Danny's not a, nah, just do this, just do that. Danny's a do it all. Let me get some rubber gloves on because I can work the phone by rubber gloves. Those rubber gloves are might work fine. Warm up a little bit. Just turn the heat on. So it's going to be a little bit, I would say 35 minutes. It's going to be nice, 55 degrees in here. Which 55 in here is great. Yeah, 55 in here is great. Yes, then you just put a screwdriver in here. Make sure these are all the way back. That one came back easy. This one, this is the one that looks like it was ground. Like somebody grinded it or something. I'll put a little grease on them and everything, clean them up. Lithium grease or something, or anti-seize, that's what I'll put. Let's see, pop this spring out. Like so. And the caliper should come right out. Yeah, they're pretty thin. Pretty thin there. Looking like a little cracker. Alright, let's see what he bought. CarQuest. Gold. Tell you, everything's the best. And he gets everything is the best. The best of the best. Look at that. Comes with the springs and everything. Alright, got a call coming in. Alright, sorry about that. TPL is just here because the tree came down. I think if you saw it in the video when we were putting the container, me and Danny had the container strapped to a tree and it pulled the tree down on the power lines. And it broke the point of attachment. So I was worried about the neutral touching the building. And I could get, you know, zapped. So he just came. He said that's not a problem. You know, there's no sense in changing that. He said if you want, change your point of attachment. That's your responsibility, not ours. So I told him, okie doke. Rodney the joke. Yeah, you see, so somebody just cleaned them up a little bit. So I'll put a little anti-seize on them, put them back in. Anti-seize on the threads and on the shaft. What that does is, when your brakes are wearing out, the caliper has to move in and out. So the anti-seize lets it move. Push that back in there. Get that top one started. Get the bottom boy started. And that's it. The brake shoes are in. Of course, we gotta put the spring on, the new one. Yeah, somebody way over tightened these. You don't have to tighten them that tight. That's it, right there. You want the next guy, to be able to take the brakes off, don't you? And there you go. I like to open the door and pump the brake because the reservoir is like filling up now because I'm pushing the fluid back. But this goes in like this. Put it in like that. But you gotta get this underneath this. because it's only for rattling, this thing. And Danny's always here for noise, so you don't want him rattling. Sometimes they go right in, and sometimes they don't. Just like so. Like I said, I like to pump the brakes, so that's what I'm gonna do. Make it nice and tight and get some fluid back out of the reservoir. Oh, don't ever walk under a lift like that. That guy just did. That was pretty fast though. I called the light company like 20 minutes ago. And the guy came right away. She put it in as emergency, she said. I said, yeah. He said, it's just a neutral. You're not gonna get zapped or anything. I said, I don't know. That guy is lying to me or what? But I am a master electrician, as you all well know. All right, so I'm gonna do the other side. Just repeat this step on the other side. Driver's side is done. We're gonna move on to the back brakes now. Get them out of the way. Then I guess we'll do a smoke test to see where the leak is on the gas tank. All right, let me get the tools I need for that. So to do the back brakes, we need spring pliers. This tool will take those off, and an adjusting tool. My wife's calling me again. Hold on. All right, so let me just show you real quick how this works. There's no spring here to show you. Oh, yeah. Well, put this on here. Everything's so little on this car. Wow. Everything's so little on this car. Let me get a pair of cotter pliers. I'll pull those springs off. Alright, so we're going to use these. You know, what you do is you just grab the spring. I don't know how I'm going to show you this. And see, this goes, it's not working. Things like for this car, they're not working. But you just grab the spring with the cotter pliers without a lot of pressure and you pull them off. I need 2 hands for this. Alright, so what I'm doing is I grab it here and I use this. You see, leverage, see? I use that, look, to get it off. Alright? This bottom one, I gotta figure this one out. Ugh. Now these, you gotta hold on the back, the pin. You gotta push that and twist it. But guess what? My tool is too big for it. See? It's too big. Let me see if I can have a smaller one. Oof. These are a little too funny there. Another one. That's the same. I got a very old one that looks like it'll work. Yeah, this very old one is smaller. Might work on this. This was like my first one. Yeah, that one. Oh, look, that one's not even working. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna have to use a pair of pliers on that, because these tools are not working. That's very small. I never saw it like that. I haven't seen one small like that. So the next step is you improvise. Do a pair of like electrician's pliers like this. You hold the pin, you go like this, you hold the pin in the back, and you push, and then you spin it, and it should come out. But yeah, a little bit to go. There you go, see? Boom. Alright. Push. Spin. Boom. Out. And there you go. The rear brakes is the emergency brake here. So you gotta get that out of there. This is the reverse brake. Up. Gotta get that back in there. I'll tell you how I used to make money. Quick story. My brother, Frank and Joe and all of them, they used to, after a baseball game, they used to play softball. After a softball game, they used to, you gotta push this way to put the spring back, and then the cable will come out. And they used to, and their friends would get drunk and stuff. They start taking their car apart. And I used to come along, and they wouldn't know how to put it back together. So I used to do this. Look, I used to play detective. See the wear marks? So I knew the spring went there, and they couldn't figure it out. So I used to go down there and say, give me $25. See, you know the spring mark? See? See? You know the round one went there, you know? See? So I used to go, give me $25. They said, no, you're just a kid. You're not giving me 20. My brother said, well, then leave. Forget it. Don't do nothing for them. Next thing you know, they call me back. Come on back. I said, now it's 30. I got to drive all the way back. Oh, come on. Nope. $30. Got a little rot happening there, Danny. See it? Starting to come. You got to get on that now. Cut it out. When we do this, we'll do that. Alright, let me get that spring off there. Alright, so you want to put these in there in front of the spring. Don't clamp onto the cable. And then you use another pair like these to put in between this nub here. Then you pry, and when you get this back, you just hold the cable a tiny bit. Don't hold it enough to cut it. Just a tiny bit. So that's that one. Now we're going to transfer all of this and put it onto this one. Like, you know? Yeah, that goes like that. What do we have on the back there? Alright, so it goes and the hook's on the back. Oh, why is that bent like that? That belong like that? Oh yeah, to get in there. Okay. I need 2 hands for this. Okay, remember that little nub has to be inside that little groove there. Alright, and the other side is like this. And you want to get this on first to hold it in place, you see? Let's hold it in place. Goes behind here and in there. The other one we put on goes next. And you want to put the spring and everything over here to the side. Alright, this goes on in there. And this other little spring goes on the other side. Right. Okay, that's in. Now, you see this little notch, right? See there's a deep one and there's a shallow one, so you want to spin it so that the deep one goes in the back and the shallow's in the front. Yeah, I'll show you on this side. Oh, you can't really see it. Yeah, this is the deep one, and the shallow one goes in the back. All right. That is what it should look like when it's all together. See, you look back here. See how that little nub is in there? Let me pull it away a little, get some light in there. Hold on. Back there you can see the tab. It has to be in, you see it? I don't know if you can see it, but that little tab is in there. It's in the little square groove there, like it was before. Let me see if I can show it to you. It's getting blurry, focus. Yeah. Alright, little tab has to be in. These have to be in tight. See? Everything is in place. And if you get confused, you walk to the other side, and the one that you didn't take off, and you look at that. It's just opposite. See, you know what I mean? It's just opposite. So that looks good over here. So now you're gonna put the drum on, and in the back here there's a little hole where you can adjust it. Oh, these are self-adjusting. Okay. So there is no little hole. Yeah, there's no hole. Oh, is there? Yeah, it's there. There it is. Screwdriver. Okay. Here's a piece of rubber back here. See? Pull that rubber out like this. I'll show you what it looks like. See? That's to keep the water out of there. But that rubber is so you can get this tool in there to adjust the brakes up to the drum. You want a little bit of drag, just a little bit of drag. Bearings are good back here, so I'll throw that on. Alright, so now the tool goes in the back here, and you've got to find that little wheel. See, it won't turn one way, but it'll turn the other way. Because of that, and then you want to keep spinning it to see when it's snug up against the rotor. I mean the drum. Because it won't turn one way. See? It won't let me turn that way because that's loosening. Now to turn back, if I tighten it too much, you will have to stick a little screwdriver in there to push this thing out of the way. This thing here. Push it out of the way because it hooks on there, the wheel. Alright? So once you get it snug where it's dragging a little bit, I'll show you in a minute. See? You want a little snug. That's a little too snug, so I'm going to loosen it up, but that's how you want it. Oh, what do you know? This is the other tire. This side has a nail in it too. This guy must be driving in a junkyard. And I'm rotating the tires at the same time. Because he had another little noise that we were trying to figure out what it was. I leave this tire off because I gotta check the smoke test with that. So let me continue on to the other side. Alright, so just repeat the process on this side. Alright, so all brakes are done. There's the same rot problem here, see? When we do this, we have to do that because they'll pass them now, but they won't pass them next year when it has a hole in it. We'll get these shocks out of the box, see what they look like. Ugh. Yeah, looks correct. Okay, let's get him off. Let's go up a little higher here. Well, matter of fact, let's drop it down and get those off from the inside there. Looks like it's gonna be in the interior. So the back door should be some caps up there in the back. We'll bust those off. Get those out of there. Let's see. Oh, he's saying something about a booster pack. He needs to charge it up. In the back here, I don't see no booster pack. Oh, this thing? Let me charge the bad boy up for him. Come on, Danny, knock it off. What we got here? That's what you need? I'll charge it up. Don't worry about it. It's up to, it's 100%. 100%, Danny. Don't need charge. Alright, let's see what we got ourselves into here. Seems like this whole thing gotta come out. This whole side. Wait, let me see. These go up. They go up where? Right here. Yeah, they're right back here. It's right here somewhere. Alright, let me figure this out. Pull this piece off. Pull this off. And there it is. Alright, let me get the appropriate ratchet for that. Alright, we got lucky. Bad boy came right out. Let's bust the other side out at the same time. Now we'll go back up. Disconnect from the bottom. Pull them out, stick them in, drop it down, tighten them up, bang, bang, boom. Tighten the cables, adjust them. The tung tung should be cling, cling, cling. Okay, that's a big bolt on there. Let's see what we got there. Okay. No match for the Milwaukee fuel. Those tight, rusty bolts. They're no match. Oh, that one said, hey, look, I saw the other side. I'm not even gonna mess with you. Alright, so now we just pop these off here. So sure you get the old rubbers out. Let me grab a bar for that. That one came out. We can put that one in. Alright, so these shocks don't have the rubber on the outside. Unless they're in this box. I don't see anything. No hardware in here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'll take it from the top bolt. It's only like a spacer. You know, put the top one there. Put the washer and the nut. See, put the old washer and the nut back on. And we can tighten that up. It'll be good. Let's see. There you have it. A tight shock. Alright, so the other one I gotta get the rubber out of the top there. Like that. So we'll do the same with this. So what you want to do is don't take the ribbon off. See the ribbon, leave it on there. Get the shock on there. Hold on. Now, like, what is it? Did he get these from Amazon? He must have got these from Amazon. Because they don't want to go on. There's a little nub there. Alright, so we gotta get that bolt to go through that. The other side went right on. This side doesn't want to go on. Wait, am I upside down? No. See, it has like a little perforation there. See that mark there? It's pushing in on that. Doesn't want to let it go in. So, alright, let me see. Alright. So, I can pop the ribbon off. Screw this off. Take that off. And the shock should go up by itself. See? See it going up by itself? And you just get it in the hole. Like so. Okay, see, I don't like this design here. See this? Like the shock, you can see on the old ones that they were rubbing. You see that? I don't know, man. You know, Ford, you're starting to piss me off here. Alright, let's get these tops in. Then we'll check for a smoke leak. I want to try to get around to leveling the container out there today. Who knows what we'll get ourselves into today. So I'm gonna have to put a horse under these to lift that rear suspension up. So we'll grab these little horses here. Just so the shock will get all the way up in there and I'm not forcing the nut to pull the wheel up, you know? Put these like this. Right about there. Put that like that. It's a little nut, it could snap, you know? Slow down. See, you'll see what I'm talking. See? There you go. Popped it right in there. See? The other side in there. Not all the way. Let's get him situated with the ball. With the Jimmy ball. Ugh. Now we'll snug them down to the ground. Put these on the way you took them off, and you tighten them down with the good old impactor. Alright, so they're all tightened in there, shock it tight. Give it the old, how you doing? Now they're in there. Okay. Let me put these covers back on. Alright. Let's just do this. I don't want to hear Danny. You dead to the bike. Get the grease all over the place. Scrub it to death again. All that grease on there. Stuff like this. Clean that off. Don't really touch it anywhere else. That's good. This right here on this door. There you go. Set of rear shock absorbers installed in Danny Patabianco's vehicle. Alright, let's close this up. Done back there. Let's go up. Get those horses out of there. Watch my videos. You know when I made that thing. My daughter bought it on Amazon, like $90 or something. I had a bunch of metal laying around, made it for free. Maybe 20 in electric bill. And these things are what the lift came with. It's part of the thing there. I could get this wheel back on this side. Alright, let's see if we do a smoke test here. I wanted to go right in through here. Oh, I know, I see. You gotta hit these two side things. Alright, let me make something up. Alright, so what we're looking for is a test port, which I don't see, but looks like this one here takes the fumes and brings them back from the intake, brings them back to the tank. See, because it goes down and runs back. So I'll disconnect this one and we'll see if that one would be the one that we hook into. Alright, so you want to push these two little tabs back on that. There's two tabs that hold this piece out. See them here? You want to push them back to get that out. So we got the smoke machine here. Hang it up where it goes. Hook it into here. And get a nice seal, then we'll turn it on. Alright, you got a hose within a hose, and turn that bad boy on. We should start smoking, and we should see where the leak is back there. Let's let that heat up. Danny was the one who put me onto this tool here. He brought it and we found a leak on his Ranger. I said, oh, that's pretty cool. I gotta get one of those. I normally just fill it with air. So now we just look under here, look at the neck. We'll see on the top. you'll see where the smoke is coming from. And that's how we'll know. So it's gonna take a while to get back here. But I can see, you see the top? Something's leaking on top there. We're gonna have to drop the tank on this. I can see it up there. You see it? You see it? Right there? Something's leaking on top. I think we're gonna end up dropping the tank on this anyway. See what that is. But I'll just be 100% sure. Let's pull this off and make sure it's actually smoking. Yeah, let's see if we're actually smoking. Yeah, see smoke? See smoke? It doesn't smoke like Danny's was smoking really strong. He told me to put baby oil in it. I'm using the oil it came with. Which is this, probably no good. Smoke fluid. It's bubbling, I hear it bubbling. Alright, wife's calling, I'll be back. Alright, so yeah. See, just like I said, top of the tank. See the smoke coming down? He has a leak at the top of the tank. Blow it away from the filler neck and you'll see top of the tank. See? Coming from the top over there. Alright, so the smoke test is positive. We found the leak. Now we gotta fix it. So, alright. Let's see. We got straps here. Goes up to where? Right to there. Strap here. Are you kidding me? Oh, I mean one on the other side. Right there. Alright. My problem is this thing is like full of gas. I don't know why Banana Head does this. He fills the car up to the maximum. How am I gonna check it now? Yeah, see the gas is leaking all here. Smoke's still coming out. Alright, let me... Wife's making me lunch. Let me see what I can get under there. I'm gonna have to put one of these things to hold this bad boy up, because it's gonna be heavy. At the same time, let me get the oil coming out, because I gotta take the oil pan off, right? But he just changed the oil, so he wants to save the oil. So I gotta drop it into a clean pan or something. Then we go put it back in. And my pans are really clean. Especially Danny, my son-in-law Danny. He cleans them after he uses them all the time. So that's a good thing. And he uses the brake cleaner. That's why I don't have any here. He uses all of it. Clean it up nice. I think that's clean enough. Doesn't have a hole in it, does it? No. So we'll catch that oil in there. What do we need there? 12. Either 12 or 13. Yeah, 13. Get the oil coming out of here while I go eat. Alright. Here we go. And that oil's pretty fresh. You can see how fresh it is. What's he got? 1 quart in here? Looks like there's no oil coming out of the thing. What are you doing, Danny? Huh? Yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna go eat and I will be back. Alright, so we got a few bolts here. Drop this pan. Looks like we can get to all of them. And see what we got here. Let's find the size. Alright, so pull all those bolts out. What is this? It's a 13. We gotta get a 13. Let me pull all those bolts out all the way around. And we'll get a good look at it. Make a nice long extension. Alrighty. See if we get this position in a better spot. Yep. Alright, let's get these bolts out. Alright, so we got every bolt out. Now we're looking for a mallet. See if we can bang this off, bang this loose. See how the sound changes? You just coming loose. Too, not on the side there. Sounds like we got a screw in here, but I don't see no screws. Let me grab a screwdriver. Got one here, try to pry it down. Let me pry it off the tranny first, let's see. Oh, it's moving. It's a moving. Huh. No. Looks like it's got silicone here, so it's probably silicone. Let me see if I could pry it off of here. Alright, let me get a bigger ball here. Alright, so you move that piece of rubber out of the way. And you got, where is it? Oh, yeah, 2 bolts up there. See it? Let me get those 2 out. And there you have it. Now, this exhaust is gonna have to come apart now. Shit. Just what I didn't want. Alright, let me heat these bolts up. Get them off of there. You spray them down. Alright, so there's absolutely no way of getting this out without taking the muffler down. So we're gonna have to bust these loose, and they are stripped already. You see them rotted out. Alright, we'll see what happens here. It's pretty accessible. If they snap, I could be pretty Not easy, but I'm gonna be able to get them off. Looks like a 12. Like I could drill them and everything. Nah, that's not a 12. That's either 11 or a 10. What an odd size. An 11. Believe it? Yeah, it's 11. Is it a 10? No, well, 10 will have to be hammered on. Let's see. Told you, rot it out. I'm gonna have to try to cut those. I'm gonna have to try to chisel those out of there. Unless I get this tool, I have to bite on it. Let's see what I'm gonna do with that. This one here. Let's see if I get this tool to bite on it. And then just change the nuts. See? It bites as it twists off. So let's see, let me get a wrench on there. Oh, this one's coming. This one's coming. It's coming. That one's coming. Good. We got one good one. Yeah, that Irwin tool is great, man. Let's just get this one off. Let me use the ratchet, air ratchet. I mean, Milwaukee. Got it to break free, guys. Got it. Got him. Got the bad boy out. Alright. We would change those two, definitely. Now this came down a little bit. Did it? Didn't even move. It should come down a little bit. Is there a hanger over here? Oh shoot, it goes to the other one there. And those, look at that. The nut is totally rotted off of it. Look, there's no nut left. Holy banana brain. All right, let's see if that's loose enough to get that out. Because if it is, I'll leave those on there, but it's not. Okay, here we go, Danny. You have to see it to believe it. Look at this tool. Took that off. Do you believe it? Dude, there's nothing left. This is what the front ones are like. Look. There's nothing left. And that tool was grabbing those and pulling them right off. I got one more up there. Then I don't think I'll have to take it off here. It'll flop loose, you know? Let's see. Oh, this is unbelievable, dude. That tool took the rotted bolts right out. This is unbelievable. There's nothing even left. Look at this. Let me show you this one. It's falling apart as I'm taking it off. Look at this. Look at it. Okay. Comes down. We can get this oil pan out now. Here we are. Instant oil pan removal. And a big lump of crap on it. Okay. So, okay. It's an O-ring. Those don't usually leak. Those don't usually leak. I thought it would have been a cork. But it's all around the outside. I mean, it is a little flat, you know. Just scrape it, clean it up. That was there. They probably want you to put a little dab of silicone right here and right here. That's usually what it is. Alright, let's scrape that, clean it up. Parts wash is all rotten. I'm getting rid of that thing. I don't want that thing anymore. Thing is like a waste. It rusts every time. Rust. If you're not using it every day, don't bother with it. Don't bother getting it. Unless it's something that you can put in there and it doesn't rust everything. Maybe I should put diesel fuel in there. Maybe I'll do that. Clean it up one more time and I'll fill it with diesel fuel. Yeah, this gasket is very hard. Very hard. So that is definitely a problem. Definitely a problem. When they're hard like that, they're compressed. They're done. Yeah, this is very, very hard. Alright. See how it stays like that? Alright. All around, we'll clean in here and everything. Get it all dried up. Get all the garbage out of it. And we'll be back. Alright. So there's a gasket he bought. Probably an Amazon deal. Comes with a little bit of instructions here. Alright, so this gasket, you couldn't hardly feel it. Now this is like raised. See, it has like a pressure point. Only thing, it was like a little too long. Give me a hard time getting it in. Do you see? See how you can see it? The other one, you couldn't see the gasket from the side like that. This one is raised. So I'll get some silicone for here. Clean that up, a little brake cleaner, put the silicone. That was those pieces that I pulled off. What I did with it? I don't know what I did with it. A couple pieces of garbage in here, get that out. What is that? It's just a mold. Thought that was a crack. See that? I thought it was a crack. It's like the mold, the webbing of the aluminum. There's nothing outside. Oh. Alright. We'll be right back. Okay, so this is where the silicone goes. See it right here? One here. I'm gonna pull that out of there, and there's one here. That's where those two tits are. So you fill those with silicone. 1, 2, and you smush it up there. But I like to get everything out of there. Here's the pick. And I'm using the grease remover to remove all the oils. Where's my little pick though? Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is the original gasket. And to be honest with you, things like this, I like to go, when it's an O-ring, I go to Ford. I get the gaskets. I don't fool around with that because, well, you know, with the Power Stroke anyway. And you know all the trouble I have with that truck. You try to put anything from Advance Auto Parts, anything, it doesn't work. So use a scraper. Don't scrape aluminum, you just go like this. You rub it to get the stuff off. Don't ever gouge into it, because then you have a leak. Alright, let me get some brake clean, I'll clean that off. So that's what you want to do. Okay? I'll show you why, because the front cover is a case, you see, it has a split there. So they believe that the, oil leaks out of there. Alright. Let's put this pan back up. Just a quick tech tip. I don't think you need these, but the rubbers that were on the nuts, bolts, the kit didn't supply them. That's why I would go with a Ford gasket, because it would have came with them. Alright. Okay. It's all snug down. And yeah. Like this one, I forgot this one. Or did I? No, I got every one of them. Alright, they're all tightened up. We'll drop it down. We'll figure out how we're going to put this rubber back in here. Seriously filthy. Let's clean it up and put it back in there. That's back in. I don't know, you might want to change that, Danny. It's so swollen from all the oil. See if we can find some nuts for these now. The exhaust back on. What does this one have? Has a gasket on there. Alright. I don't have no nuts for that. I gotta go buy them. So I'm going to jump back to the gas tank here. Let's drop that down. Somebody probably did a fuel pump and didn't put it back together right. So that, or it's got a hole in it, which I hope it don't have a hole in it, or a crack. Alright, so this is holding it up. We gotta break loose some zip ties they got there and stuff. Put new ones back. Like this vent neck holder. So I can get the strap down and out of the way. The filler neck off here. There's a flat screwdriver. Alright, so getting some gas out of it. What a pain in the butt to get this thing apart. Look at the mess here. Make sure there's nothing like a spark in here. Let me shut this light off. I was just watching a video. A car went on fire in the guy's shop. And he was going crazy to get it out of there. I told my wife I gotta buy 2 big extinguishers, fire extinguishers. The guy called his wife, it was on YouTube. She backed the car and he hooked it up with a rope and she dragged it out with her little Nissan or something. She got it out of there. Then they dragged it away from the house. Let me get another can ready here. Bolt. I gotta take this bolt with me to get that. That's the size of the nuts I need. How can I stop this? There's like a door in there. I pushed the siphoner in there and the door opened up. Let's see what this is. Alright, so I'll be back when I get this all down. So the leak is around here. I could have gotten to that from the access panel there, but when I was doing the smoke test, see how this is all wet? The smoke was coming from over here somewhere, not here. So, yeah, it was coming down from like over here, not over here. And these connectors are dumb. Holy macaroni. Oh, it's so tough to get these. This one came off. This one took me like 2 hours to get off. Oh. Yeah, it was coming from around here somewhere, the smoke. So, well, you could see the leak. I got a cap on the end there. See? See the gas coming out? Oh, wait, gas coming out of that hole there. Let me cover that first. Let me cover that. Yeah, I was leaking right around here. I saw a leak. My battery's going dead, guys. This seal's bad. Alright, I gotta call Danny. I'll be back tomorrow. So, this is the only place that I found the leak. But this wasn't totally hit. You know, they must have changed the fuel pump. This had a space behind here, right behind here. It was like back here. So I tightened it real tight. I sat it upside down, and that's the only moisture I'm getting. Tiny, tiny bit right in here. See? Let me know. All right, guys, my battery went dead yesterday. So with the fuel tank, it wasn't the neck or nothing. It was where the fuel pump gets locked in with that twist nut. It wasn't, somebody changed the fuel pump, but they didn't lock the nut all the way. It had like a 1/4 inch more. I had to bang it and tighten it. I turned the fuel tank upside down with gas in it. There was no leak. These are the M8 125. Those are the exhaust bolts. And these are the old ones. Look at this. Let's look at the difference from the old to the new. This is crazy. Look at the new one. Look at the new one compared to the old ones. Holy banana brain. All right. So now I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna try to get this backhoe started to push that container over that way a little bit. But yeah, we still got valve cover gaskets to do on this. I don't know when he's bringing them. But everything else is done. The brakes, the rear shocks, the rear brakes, front brakes, the oil pan, put the oil back in. I just got to hook the muffler up, and fuel leak is fixed, and then do the valve cover gaskets. All right, I'll be back. Yeah, I put those bolts on. I cleaned this up best I could. There's the new bolts. There, and there. Nice and tight. We'll drop it down. We're done underneath. Gas leak is fixed. We just got to do the valve cover gaskets now. But I'll wait until he gets those. But we'll get this thing off of the freaking lift. Fire it up, make sure it's quiet. Because you know Danny. Yo, man, shit ain't having it. It ain't having a leak before. Shit was quiet, man. Sounded like a stealth bomber. Alright, let's get it on the ground. We'll fire it up, see what she sounds like. A lot of work on this thing. It'd be worth it. He said it's going to be very good on gas. I used to have one. 3.0, same engine, but all-wheel drive. And it had a knob to switch to four-wheel low. But that sucker burned gas like an 8-cylinder. He said because it's front-wheel drive. I don't know. He could be right, yeah. Like, you know, it's not pulling on 4 wheels all the time. It's only 2 wheels. Well, we'll see, because he'll let me know. This thing's a gas guzzler. Get rid of this thing. He told me, tell your son, give me $1,500. I told my son, he said, I'll take it, $1,500. All right, let's give it a quick itchy-boom, boom. You know what I mean? Make sure she's quiet for Danny. You know. There it is. Back to what it was. The bad boy run. Yeah, Rambo. Whenever I used to see him, that's what he used to say to me. The bad boy run. Okay. All right. So when he gets the valve cover gaskets here, we'll get back on that, and I'll be back. You know what? Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for watching. The valve cover gasket will be a different video.